Hey everybody, how you doing today? This is MsG's Ladies Lounge. Thank you so much for joining us on today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful that's popping on, and that is a wonderful thing. We are about to have a blast on tonight. I've got some wonderful co-hosts. I've got some wonderful guests coming, and it's going to be a wonderful time just chatting with these ladies and chatting with our friends that join us. And so tonight, I want you to just stay tuned and just know that this is going to be a great day. Here's our little intro for today. All right, so that was kind of quick, I know. So I am Gwen Finley. I am your host on today. This is MsG's Ladies Lounge. Thank you again to each and every person who is joining us. We want to say welcome to our guests that are here on today. Welcome to our friends that are joining in. Welcome to our audience. And even if you're catching the replay, I just want to say thank you and enjoy every moment with us on today. So I've got three wonderful women with me today, as you've seen in our little intro video. We have some wonderful ladies, but before, you know how I like to do it, before we get started, I always like to say a word of prayer. So let's just start out with that word of prayer for a quick, brief moment. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for everything that you've already done on our behalf. We thank you, oh God, for giving us life, health, and strength. We thank you, oh God, for the opportunity just to give your name praise and to glorify and to magnify you. We pray that the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart will be acceptable in your sight, and that someone will be blessed by the things that we say here on tonight. Amen. All right. So, listen, this is such a wonderful, wonderful day. I've had the pleasure of meeting some ladies, some that I've known for a long, long time. One, actually. And the others I've had the pleasure to meet along the way. And so I'm just so excited to be here today. And I hope that we can really, really just take a moment and just enjoy what's going on in this show on today. So first, I want to introduce you to two ladies that's coming on, and they are going to be Vanity and Sean. I'm not going to mess up their last names. But Vanity and Sean, they are together. They are Lipstick Coffee Jesus, and that is the name of their business. I'm going to read a little bit of their bio. In January 2019, they said, "We were given a simple theme for the year. God is with us, and this is a year of transformation." Little did we know that one of the catalysts for that this would be one of the catalysts for what now is Lipstick Coffee Jesus. After years of candid conversation over coffee and tea, our transformation journey led us to create a brand where we combined our foundation of faith, a safe place to keep it real, and a constructive way to express our passion for all things cosmetic and coffee. And we love tea too. From podcasting to curating the perfect cup of coffee or tea, our goal is to create moments that encourage you to embrace and live life to the fullest, reflect on your thinking, and be inspired to impact others. We are two very unique women from distinct backgrounds that God has joined together to shock the airwaves and disrupt the marketplace. Ladies and gentlemen, would you just put your hands together for right now for Vanity? I'm going to bring that in. Hey, Vanity.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing just wonderful. And I'm going to go ahead and call Sean because apparently you guys are a team. So let's bring in Sean. Sean, how you
Hi, how
doing
are
today?
you?
Awesome. You ladies look beautiful on this. You're here with us, and we're just so glad to have you here with us on today. And we're going to have a wonderful time. Before I get my next guest on, I want you to tell us just a brief moment, just something that you want to tell us about yourselves or about your dream that you had of this business. So I'm going to start with Sean.
Sure. So, you want to hear a little bit more about Lipstick Coffee Jesus or as individually?
Just a brief bit. Yes.
Sure. So Vanity and I are actually best friends. We've been friends for a long time. She not only is my best friend, but she's the godmother to all of my children and also my puppy. And so she's completely intertwined in my life, and I'm completely intertwined in hers. And we have spent years having different conversations on our couches over coffee and tea, as our bio said. Our bishop encouraged us to take our conversations off of our couch and into the airways, and that's exactly what we decided to do. We felt that conversation was not enough. We are continuously encouraged to not just sit in the background, but be a catalyst or at least a part of the business industry. And so that's where the coffee and tea came in. Instead of just drinking other people's coffees and teas, we decided that we were going to have our own line. And eventually we're working on our cosmetics line also. So that's just a little bit about who we are and what we do.
Awesome. Vanity, what would you like to add to that?
I would also just like to add that it really was kind of like a divine connection. By nature, we are two very different people, and personality-wise, we are two very different people. And we also kind of joke that if the Lord hadn't put us together, we probably would not be friends. But it's just a testament to when God does something, He does all things well. So when we became friends, we did not necessarily see that we would be going into business or that, I would end up being a mother of children and helping her with her family, but that's just what the Lord did. And like she said, we are two very opinionated, strong-willed women, and we just decided that we were gonna just do something other than talk about it. We wanted to be about it, and so that's the byproduct of that is Lipstick Coffee Jesus.
Awesome. Awesome. So you guys, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about my experience with lipstick coffee just a little bit later. But I just love the name. It was just so fabulous to me. Just the name, because of course it makes you think. Do I want some lipstick coffee? Do I want some Jesus? Absolutely, all three of the above. So I love the name. It was very catching to me. And so we'll talk a little bit more in just a minute. I'm going to bring on our next guest so we can have, just a whole lot of conversation go on as we go throughout the night. So, well, not the whole night. So, my next guest is Cynthia Marie Whitman Campbell. And she says that she has three children: Erica, Christopher, and Jessica. She has nine grandchildren, and she's married to Edward Campbell for 34 years. She is a co author of two books, From Brokenness to Wholeness and Mom's Coffee and Conversation. She's also the proud owner of E. Morel Boutique on Wheels, and the location is in Valley Stream, New York. And she is also my cousin. Welcome her onto our platform on tonight. Hi,
Hello.
Cookie. She
Hi,
wants us to
everybody.
call her.
How you doing? How's
Hey,
everybody?
We're going
Good.
to
Good,
today.
good.
Awesome. Awesome. We're so glad to have you joining with us.
Glad to be
We
here.
having just a wonderful time already, and I know that we're going to have a great time as we go forward.
Right.
So, Cookie, why don't you just take a moment and just tell us about your start in the business of the boutique? Uh,
Okay.
let's start with the boutique.
Boutique. Okay. Well, uh, I have been in business now for about 12 years. Mobile actually, because I'm Emerald Boutique on Wheels. But
Okay.
I decided to not only be mobile, but decided to God has allowed me to have a boutique, which is located in Valley Stream, New York, and I had that now going on 4 years. So um, I really love fashion, and I like dressing people, and a lot of times when people have events, they used to always call on me to ask me how can I, what should they wear, or can I go out and pick up something for them. So I said, well, not only just be mobile, I can find a place where they can just come to, even though I still shop for them. Uh-huh.
So that's interesting. So are you still, I know you have a shop now, but are you still doing the mobile piece?
Oh yeah, I still do that because I still do well, before this COVID-19, I was still doing fashion shows different places. And I actually last year in June I had my first fashion show in Georgia, and
Okay.
that was a blast. I packed up our luggage and did something there, and I also do boutique parties. It's like, how people have like Avon parties, stuff like that, a
Okay.
bird party. I will pack up my truck and I'll come to you, set up everything, and have that boutique party.
Wow,
Uh-huh.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I know we were supposed to be on a event together where you were going to do a show for COVID, kind of all of our little dreams apart.
Yeah.
Had an opportunity to speak at an event, and you were going to be doing a fashion show also there.
Yeah.
So, um, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's fine. Yeah.
We're gonna move on, and things
That's right.
only get better.
That's right.
So
And it will
I'm
get better.
yeah. So I'm so glad again
Yeah.
that you guys are here with me on today. Um, I did call this the birthday show because it was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, my birthday,
Yeah.
and so it's been kind of a crazy 2 weeks. And for those of you who were waiting for the show, I appreciate each and every one of you for planning to join. I got all kinds of text messages and inboxes, and everybody planning to join
Yeah.
me. And so it's been a crazy 2 weeks, but thank God I am here today.
Right.
Um,
Amen to that. Yep.
so, yeah,
Uh-huh.
yes, it was really crazy, and I just I'm really grateful that I am here today. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask a few questions um, with our general show, and then hopefully some of our guests will begin to pop in, and we'll be able to have some little surprises going on here today. So um, I'm going to ask the one of the ladies, either one of you can answer from the Jesus. Which do you prefer, coffee or tea?
I prefer coffee.
I'm with you, Cookie.
Uh-huh.
I'm with you. I prefer coffee.
Everybody get that kick.
I'm actually a morning coffee drinker and then an afternoon tea drinker. So I'm really big on afternoon tea.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so I'm like you. I can love it coffee in the morning, and I can my tea in the evening. That makes me happy. And if I'm drinking um, I'm ready to relax. I'm ready to settle down. If I'm
Mhm.
coffee, I'm ready to get wired, and get started for the day. So I love it. And so I had an opportunity to taste some of your coffee. I was so excited. And so I'm gonna show everybody my little. I was so excited to get this bag. And the coffee is so rich, so awesome. It tastes wonderful. I put it with my favorite creamer, and I was pleasantly surprised. The packaging, the presentation, everything was just wonderful. I got it in a nice little bag, and I was able to. I was away, and so I picked it up on my way to somewhere, and I left it in the car overnight. And when I got back in my car, the aroma of coffee was
Yes.
so strong, and it
Yep.
was like it was all the way in the back, and it was like all you smelled was coffee. And my friend was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I had to take it inside so it could be cool because it was a little warm. And so I took it inside. It stayed very well, and I'm telling you, I just love the coffee. I love the flavor. I've tried two of them, and so I have one more to try. I haven't opened this bag yet, which is Kings and Queens. So I'm going to ask you. We did ask, I think, did I ask you how you two met,
So
and
we met in church. You didn't ask how, but we did meet
okay,
in church. I could not tell you the day or the situation. I could not tell you how we got together or any of that because I don't remember. I'm probably a little too young to be forgetting things like that. But I don't remember. I don't know if Vanity remembers. But all I know is that we just melded together and we've been on ever since.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm trying to think about it, but
so how did that interaction put you all
it's
into a
weird
partnership?
because I met
Can you
her husband
kind of
at school,
delay?
and so I was always little sister, and so it kind of went from like me being little sister, and then it was he's dating her, and they got married, and then it was like we were all family. So I don't know.
Okay, so how did that progress into a business?
Well, we actually, for a long time, always said we were going to do something, and we've all had a few ideas, but nothing ever really came of some of those other ideas. But when we got that word at the beginning of 2019, we really both felt impressed upon us that it was time to go. And so we always knew we were going to do something. It was just a matter of to do because we've always it's always been like the two of us. We've always been like Mercury Mary. It's been like that for a very long time. So it was just a matter of okay, now's the time we really need to get it done. So we can get it upstairs.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask here because my computer decided to act crazy, so I had to pull up my info a different way. Um, so I want to know how you come up with the name Lipstick Coffee Jesus. That's a really interesting name. And you talked about already that you have a couple that's coming, but how did you come up with the name itself,
So honestly, Lipstick Coffee
Sean?
Jesus really is a culmination of the three things that we love the most. We do want to say that is not in any particular order. Jesus is not last in our life. He is first. It's just that with marketing, you do have to make sure that it comes off the tongue pretty easily. But we love makeup. We are in several makeup groups. We've been trying to perfect our makeup craft for a few years now, and so it was organic. Coffee, we both love coffee and tea. I see a bunch of tea lovers in the comments. Don't
Yeah,
hold that against me, but I love coffee more than I love tea.
right.
Though, shameless plug, our signature tea It won me over. I love our signature tea. But back to the name. So lipstick, coffee and tea are things that we love. And of course, Jesus. To be honest, we would not have a business, a friendship, life, any of that without Jesus. And so honestly, it just came together.
Awesome. So with the name Lipstick Coffee Jesus, do you find people are more intrigued because of the name?
It depends. Of course, it's catchy, and most of the time when we tell people what our business name is, they're interested. But because we also have products and a podcast that kind of also back that up, so it's kind of a mix of being interested in the podcast, what we have to say, the candidness of our conversation, and then on top of that, you have the products where they can go and get coffee and tea. It's kind of a combination of the two. And it's one of those things where you know it's nice, but you kind of unaffected at the same time. So people are always pleasantly surprised.
Tell us the name of a few of your coffees and teas. Just give us a few so that the people can really be intrigued.
So I'll take the coffee since Vanity loves the teas. But so we have one of the ones that you showed, which is Kings and Queens. Kings and Queens is one of our newer blends, and that's an Ethiopian coffee. It's smooth, it's subtle, and it actually is amazing. It's probably a medium blend. We have Havana Nights, which is a dark and smoky coffee. If you want to wake up, that's the one that you want. Then we also have our royalty blend. Our royalty blend is an espresso blend. It's not very dark, but it's not too light either, and it holds on the tongue very well. It's also nice and smooth, and it's one of the ones that I use before I go to bed. So I'm a coffee drinker who can drink coffee right before bed. So that's normally one of the ones that I use to kind of mellow down for the end of the night. Vanity, you want to handle the teas?
So we have obviously our signature tea, and that's actually our best seller. It's a very creamy, dulce de leche flavor. And honestly, I'm a very classic like tea girl. Like a classic black tea is more my style. But when I tell you it's so creamy, it's so rich, you don't need a lot of sugar. Like sometimes you have to add a bunch of creamer and sugar to really enjoy your coffee and your tea. But because of the
Mhm.
quality of it being small batch, it really is very good. I'm not just saying that because it's just good. And so then we also have our time, which is our English breakfast tea. That's a really good one for it first thing in the morning. We have Earl Love Vanilla, which is obviously your Earl Grey with some vanilla. And then if you like some more of the fruity things, we have Southern Belle, which is a peach tea, and we have Blueberry Cocoa, which is a very light blueberry tea. Perfect pairing for dessert after dinner. So we have a wide variety of teas, and we're always updating the website. And even if you see something that you want and it's not on the website, if you just shoot us a message, we can do custom orders as well.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to try that, especially the Southern Belle. That sounds good. I'm gonna have to try that. I like regular tea too. Also, I'm like you. I like the plain old tea, but I also like a little bit of sometimes in it. So that sounds interesting. So I'm just gonna ask you guys one more question, and then we're gonna go to Cookie, and that is, I know a lot of people thinking, and I have had one or two people to ask me, well, um, I know they don't have places where they can um, grow their own coffee beans. So, what does it mean to say that they, sell coffee, their own blend? How do you explain that?
Sure. So this is probably a class that needs to be had, but I'll try to answer this. as briefly as possible. But with the coffee industry, you have brokers who help you or facilitate your relationship with the local farmers in different countries. So, like your Ethiopias, your Kenyas, your Jamaicas, your Puerto Ricos, whichever country it is, we work with brokers. And then we also, once we work with the brokers and they bring the coffee here, then we work with different roasters who help us with our blend. And so we oversee our operations. We don't necessarily, of course, grow it ourselves. What I will say is we are definitely into things that are sustainable. And we're also we're very intentional when it comes to things being organic, because your body is the only one that you're going to get. So you have to be careful about what you put into it. And so eventually we're trying to get to the place where we're able to grow and source our own coffees on our own. But until we get to that place and until the Lord releases, we're working with our coffee brokers and our local farmers in the different countries.
Awesome. So that's wonderful. I know a lot of people were curious, and we have some questions. We'll come back to those a little bit later. And you guys do a podcast. We'll come back and talk about that a little while later as well. And if I forget, please just remind me. um, listen, guys, I'm 60 now. I can
You don't
forget.
look it. You look amazing.
I can forget
Lord, be the
things.
preserver of my life.
Well,
Yes.
I'm going to tell you guys the secret in a minute if she lets me. But so let's go to Cookie. So Cookie, how are you today?
I'm good.
Doing good. Awesome.
I'm doing
Awesome.
good. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we're so excited also about your business that you have going on, and it's what I had a video on my other computer that I wanted to kind of share my
Oh.
screen. I called her Dancing Diva because anytime you look at her videos, she is dancing and she has so much energy, and she's always dancing to show you to do her commercials,
Yeah.
her advertisements. She is dancing around in the store showing you different items, and that is just it's just so cool. And so it's always good to have some kind of separation from everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
something that makes you stand out. So that really is a wonderful thing. It really makes you stand out. So let me ask you, uh, growing up, I know, like I said, I've been knowing you for years. So growing up, you always had a whole lot of fun. And you had your share of jobs and career paths. But when did you come to the realization that you wanted to be a boutique owner?
I would say about 4 or 5 years ago, I I love doing what I'm doing, going different places. But I also, when I used to always go out, people used to always ask me if I had a website or a store. And the answer was always no. I didn't have a website or a store. So what I did was, because like I like dressing, people. So what I did was really I just prayed about it and asked God, if you allow me to open up boutique, in which He did, and it really has become a blessing for me. Because I get to travel different places, and I like ordering like clothes from different places. Some things I order from California, things I order here from New York. I have also had ordered a couple of things from Italy, like my handbags. I got them from Italy. So, and it's just like when I opened it up, it was a little bit overwhelming because I was nervous. I really was nervous and never had that experience before of owning the boutique itself, but I had the experience of going out different places, So, but for the most part, it's nice. I really love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I know that you had, like I said, you've done so many different things in life. I remember one time you used to do hair.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were in the
I
nursing
I've
field.
done hair. I've done
You
hair
were
for
a
a couple of years.
dancer.
Yep, went got my license in hair for a couple of years. I did makeup. Um, I used to work in the daycare center as an assistant teacher. I worked in the nursing home as a nursing assistant. I had many jobs.
So how do you feel now? Is there a sense of liberation now?
Yes,
Um,
it really feel good to have my own. I still have get up early and and make sure everything is correct. But for the most part, I am my own owner, and I dictate to me. So it's like having your own. It can have its challenges, but for the most part, never give up. If I were to give up and feel sorry for myself when things are going slow, I wouldn't have anything. So what I do, I just keep pushing every day, even on the slow days. I'm still there, and in my commercials, advertising the clothing that's in the boutique with music behind me doing the percolator.
the percolator. That's good.
that that's what keep me going. Just dancing around and then learning all the new dances from my children or my grandchildren. So I got I got to keep going. Listen, I have 9 grandkids and one on the way, so number 10 is coming any day. So
and and you are looking amazing.
thank you.
As I said, this year we were actually going to celebrate together. I think for the first time, probably ever,
Yep.
because she and I and 2 other cousins were all turning 60.
I'll turn 60.
You guys believe this woman is 60, going to be 60 years old. So unbelievable, but God has graced her. And so we're just so excited. She has that birthday coming up. So we're going to be shouting out to her a little later on in the year.
Yes.
But listen, so as I told you, we were doing the birthday show, and we're going to come back to more questions with these ladies. But we were doing the birthday show, and I'm still celebrating my birthday.
That's right.
One more day tomorrow. I think tomorrow is the last day. But
Listen, we had the whole month
because
you had the whole month, 13 to 13.
I have the whole month, right?
Yeah.
So I have 13th to July 13th.
That's right.
Some of you don't know, I actually ended up in the hospital the day after my birthday. So I need extra time to celebrate.
That's right.
Yes.
Right now, we got some celebration going on. But guess what? I'm not the only one that's birthday. So we are also celebrating with Sean.
Yes.
I believe she had a birthday yesterday.
I did. I had a birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday. So we have our mentor. She has joined into the crowd, and she sent us a message on here. Hey girl, hey.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey. Mitchell. So that's also very, very awesome. So right now, I think some of my surprise guests have popped in. I'm seeing, oh my God, where are they coming from? So I'm going to add the first one to the stream, and I'm going to let Sean do a quick introduction. Sean?
All right, everyone. So this is one of my favorite guests. He just does not know it. I happen to stalk him on Instagram because he is world renowned. He is a professor. He has been on the Billboard charts. He is a music producer, and he is all around great. He sings some of my favorite songs, No Joy, No Strength, God is in control, and Wait on the Lord. Everyone, I'm here to present to some and introduce to others, Professor James Hall. And I think I forgot to say that he is the best dressed man on Instagram. If you have not seen his Instagram, you are missing something. Professor James Hall, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.
Hello.
I am
Thanks for
great.
stopping in my party.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I just
We
wanted to come and shout you out for your birthday.
Yes, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We've been knowing each other for quite a few years
Ooh,
also.
long time. Yeah.
But you're so
Say that again.
but you're still 20, so no one would
It's all a
believe
facade. It's a facade. But
it. So put that wall up now.
I would tell you, I don't feel it, but I thank God for the look.
So how are you hanging out in New York in the midst of this pandemic and all the things going on? I see you're still staying busy though.
Yeah, I'm actually living in New Jersey now.
Oh,
Did you know that? Yeah, I
I
live in New
knew you were.
Jersey.
I knew you were in church there, but I thought you were commuting. So
Oh no, I live in New Jersey now. I still have my place in Brooklyn, so I
okay,
commute. I go there like maybe once a week to check on and make sure everything is good there. But
please
I
don't
live
tell
in
me
New
it's the same
Jersey.
place.
It's much more calm here in New Jersey. And if anybody from New York, they probably get mad at you right now, but they're a little bit more live over there in New York.
Right.
It's like, when they told us to stay in, we stayed in out here. And I went to Brooklyn to check on my place, and people were everywhere. I was like, oh no, I
Gotta get
got to get out of here and get back to New Jersey. But I'm grateful. God has been good, so good through the pandemic. I know it's been a sad time for many, and I have a lot of friends that suffered loss and income, but I don't have that testimony. God has blessed me during the pandemic. I haven't missed a beat. God has opened up doors. I've been working, so I'm just grateful. And He covered my family. He covered my
yeah.
singers. He covered my people. I mean, we all have extended people that we lost, but I'm grateful because not one of the halls were lost. And I'm just grateful to God for keeping my people, and
Amen.
I praise Him regardless. It's a great
Yeah.
God.
Your niece actually texted me today.
Yeah,
So yeah, so James' nieces are part of my women's ministry, and we've been friends for so many years, and we actually sang together in a group
yeah, yeah.
for a
Sure
short
did.
period of time,
Sure did.
and then I became part of the group for a very
That's right.
short period of time. I didn't
Right.
make it to the recording stage.
Right.
I was one of the old ones, so I had to go ahead and just gracefully bow out. I couldn't hang on worship and praise. I was already old at that point. So, but
Who knew? Who knew? Nobody knew though.
I tried to hang. But I tell you what, it was a great experience, and I just appreciate just having all of the experiences I've had in my life. And, getting to know different people, you and myself and Melvin Crispell,
Yeah. Yeah.
when we sang in the other group together, and then sometimes I would give y'all a ride home. And it was so I can tell you your address right now. I won't do it, but I'm sure you lived at that apartment for I don't know how long.
You better believe it.
But we are just glad to have you with us. Now, tell us what you got coming up. Do you have anything coming up
Yeah.
soon?
Yeah. Well, I'm actually I'm working on two projects right now. Of course, James Hall Worship and Praise we recorded last year in the Lincoln Theater in DC. That project will be dropping in the fall, so we're still working on the production for that. And I'm just right now starting an extreme workout gospel DVD I'm producing for one of my celebrity trainer friends, and it's gonna be really, really. I don't know if there has ever been a gospel DVD for workout, but if it has, I don't know about it. So as far as I know, I think I'm the first one.
Oh,
So to produce it, so I'm very excited because the church needs to work out too. and
Not
a lot
two.
of the, a lot,
Not
you know, a
three.
lot of the a lot of the trainers were using the secular DVDs. So this time they'll be able to use a gospel DVD to work out too.
Nice. Really nice.
Awesome.
Mm.
So I'm
Well, I
excited
thank
about
you
that.
so much for stopping by, and
Most definitely. You know,
be
we
looking
family
out
from way back.
way. But we're gonna
We
be looking
family
out for
from way
all of
back.
those projects, and
Yes,
all
thank
of the
you.
things. We're gonna keep following you. Thank you for the concert through the pandemic. Thank you for
Oh yes, that was a good time.
just playing different hymns and all of that. I tell you, one day I was in here, I was singing and crying with the hymns. I was like, oh my God. Oh,
You know, I
everywhere.
love hymns. I love hymns.
Yeah. So it
So,
was a wonderful experience. So I thank you so much for joining me.
of course.
And
And happy birthday to you. To you.
only James Holden do.
Hey.
Thank you.
Wish you many more.
Thank
Yeah, have a
you.
good night, everyone.
Have a
Nice.
good night.
Bye bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, so cool. Oh
Nice.
goodness. I tell you.
Really nice.
I love when
So nice.
I love his energy. He is just such a person with so much energy and always pleasant. I don't think I've ever seen him. I know he can get a little feisty, but all New Yorkers can. But most of the time, he is pleasant. He just has so much energy and so much. So I appreciate that. That was so cool. So listen, the party continues. The party continues,
Yeah.
and I have someone else that popped in. They snuck in here, and so Kennedy, you want to give just a brief intro on my next guest?
So the next guest up to the lounge is Dr. Kim Nancy James. She is the founder of WDD, Women of Divine Destiny. She hails from the New Jersey area and is the wife of Bishop Jethro James. So everyone, please welcome her to the lounge.
All right, we're so happy.
Hello.
How are you? How are you? I'm not hearing your sound. You have a delay. I can't hear you.
I think I sound.
Oh, there we go. Right there. I don't know what happened, but something happened. How are you feeling today? I'm not sure. Can you guys hear her?
No.
I think she's on mute.
She's muted.
Are you muted? Can, I'm not getting your sound. So we really want to hear from you. Okay. Can you go out and come back in and see if that works? Is something going on with your sound? Okay. All right. So let's see if she comes back.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm still excited. I'm still at the Barnes. We got so many great people over here. We got Pastor Barnes. We got Pastor Rhett shouting me out. These are some longtime friends. We've got Sister Tanisha. We've got from Indianapolis. We've got Denise. We've got Elder Betty is hanging out with us. She's telling us our sound is picking up. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But I am on a different platform today because my computer is acting crazy. So hopefully, hopefully it'll get better. And hopefully you guys can hear something of what we're saying. But we are just having a wonderful time so far, and we are excited on today. Uh, so I have a few more questions that I'm going to ask the ladies until Dr. Kim comes back, and if any of our other guests, and we're not going to stay on here all night. So if they don't come in the next few minutes, we're going to be gone.
Let's go. Let's get these
Okay.
questions.
But I'm enjoying. I am really enjoying just chatting with you ladies. So I want to ask Cookie. I want to ask
Uh-huh.
you what excites you about the fashion world, and can you tell us about some of the upcoming styles of the new seasons? I'm sure
Yeah.
it includes a mask.
Yeah. Well, actually, the trend, like it switched since the COVID, and there are a lot of styles that includes the mask. I've seen like tops with the matching mask. I've seen two-piece suits that have the matching mask. Yeah, and I actually seen some shoes that have the matching mask. So
Wow.
I want to be really looking into all of that, because right now that is the trend. And being that now we're in the summer, there are a lot of short sets that has the matching mask. So
Short
I'm
set.
going, yeah.
For women or men or
Oh
both?
no, for women, yeah, for women. Yes, and even like some of the like the maxi dresses now, everything now has the matching mask. If it's not the same design, it's the color, the same color. So
Oh,
right now that's the trend.
wow. So that's cool. So you stay up with all the styles and
Yeah. I really,
your
have to.
customers to kind of help your
Yeah,
customers to stay fashionable.
yeah, and
And
like
you're gonna
yeah, because the customers I have will come in. They come range age like from 30 and higher. I carry sizes like from small to 3X. So I have a variety of ladies that do come to the boutique. You
and
know,
what I noticed about your styles is it's not the ordinary. You're not
right.
gonna go there and find
Yeah,
a bunch of ordinary stuff.
yeah. I like
So
different. Yes,
you
because
gotta be ready to
especially
go.
my handbags.
Wow.
Especially my handbag. Everything I like different, and I hope that the people that do come in so far, they like what I choose. They like different.
And that's what's important because there is a clientele for every
Yeah.
designer and every
Uh-huh.
different boutique,
Yes.
all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
um, there's nothing wrong with different. Different is
Right.
good.
Yes, it is.
I different when I used to do some kind of printing and stuff, and I didn't want to do like everybody else did,
Right.
just flyers. I didn't
Right.
try to make it like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Uh-huh.
And it's not because I can't do that, but it's just I have a different eye. My
Right.
eye tells me to do this.
Yeah.
We've gotten so to the place that we are so everybody wants to be like the next person. But it's good to have your own identity
Yeah,
and
your
do
own
what you
identity.
do,
Yeah. It really is. Your
as
own
they say.
style and everything.
Right.
Yeah. It's really good.
So yeah, you gotta have something that that pleases you. And
Yeah.
there's an audience out there for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like especially when the lady's walking somewhere, like somebody may want like you call it a conversation piece. So I like doing that with the handbags because like the handbags I have, some of them are made like the telephone, which work with your cell phone. And I also have a handbag that looks like the big radio. Remember back in the day was Radio Raheem?
But yes.
But I have a handbag like that, but it's a handbag and it works along with your Bluetooth on your cell phone. It plays the music that's in your phone or the radio. And I also have a handbag that is made like a clock. And it works with a AA battery. And it's a clock and it's a handbag. So those are conversation pieces. Very different.
Wow. So Dr. Kim is back in. Let's see if we can get her on this time.
Okay.
hoping we can. Um, hello. Good evening. I see your lips moving, but I can't hear you.
Oh, can't hear
Oh,
it.
no, I'm so sorry. We can't hear you. Well, I'm going to talk about you anyway. That's okay. I'm going to talk about you. You just stay there for a moment. So Dr. Kim is such a wonderful woman. She does, I don't have her bio in front of me, but she is the co-pastor and bishop's wife of, I believe it's Paradise Baptist Church in New Jersey. And she is a wonderful, wonderful woman who mentors so many. She is an instructor. She does theological instructions, and I'm sure that's not the right way to say it, but that's what I said. But she is such a powerful woman of God. She can preach the house down. And so when I go on those international trips, I'm going with this great woman of God and the women of divine destiny. And so thank you so much for being a part of here today. And I'm going to get you back on the show. You've been on the show before, and I'm going to get you back on the show to just be us. Maybe we'll be able to hear you well that time. Your mic prior to you coming in. But thank you again for taking the time, and we love you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. All right. So let me ask you ladies, do you have questions for each other?
How can I get that coffee?
So let me put that back up here on the screen.
Okay, yes. I will be ordering the coffee.
Right? And
I'm gonna do the tea also because she makes the tea that's nice and creamy.
yes, they're both on the website. But what we do want to announce is that today, after the show, we'll give Gwen our code for this evening, and anyone who has that code, we'll have it up for about 2 or 3 days. And whether it's coffee or tea from our website, we'll be able to give you a discount code for tonight, just specifically because this is for Gwen. We don't do this for everybody.
Better come through me, boo.
Gotta come through her. We don't do this for everybody. So we will have a code available this evening. We'll make sure that she posts it, and make sure you thank her, because it's only because of her that you're getting this discount.
That's right.
Oh, Lord. That's wonderful. So, do you ladies have any questions for Cynthia, for Cookie on today?
I actually have a statement to make. So again, shout out to Charvette Mitchell, because I saw Cookie at the pop-up conference, and I just wanted to say that you had the most amazing energy. Anytime that DJ was playing a song, Cookie was up and she was going for it. And that was one of the things that I remember the most. As someone who, it was my first time attending the pop-up conference, to see that, the energy that was in the room, it definitely made me feel a lot better about what I was getting into.
Great.
So you just never know what you're bringing to someone, or what you're doing as far as the environment, because it was your smile and it was that dancing, trying to get everyone off of their behinds. It just really lightened the mood. So I don't have a question, but it's just a testament to
and it did, because they got up and they did a whole
electric slide.
Yeah.
She's so energetic, I tell you. I don't know where she gets the energy from.
I just love to dance. Oh my gosh. I love to dance.
So,
I can tell.
So I did want to ask you about your podcast. So I know you ladies have a podcast, and I had the opportunity to listen in to the podcast and it was wonderful. A wonderful discussion. It was very, very candid. You ladies did not hold back. And that was the thing that I loved the most about it. I can't remember which show it was, but you ladies were actually having such a strong conversation, especially about the times that we're living in right now. And so, as we are, four Black women here, and we're trying to get ours and do what we can do,
Yeah.
but it is such a hard time for a lot of people right now.
Mhm.
So, what would you all like to share with our audience concerning the times that we're in right now? I want to start with Vanity because she's been quiet.
I think the main thing that we have to do in this time is hold fast to the profession of our faith without wavering. Because the rest of the scripture says, he who promised is faithful. And so if there was ever a time that you need to stand on your conviction of faith because what's going on around you does not reflect necessarily what we read in the word and what we experience in worship, it would be today. So faith is actually made for adversity. It's not to bypass adversity, but to get through adversity. And so if there was anything that I would say is that we have to not forget who we are and who we are, even though other people might try and define us, because we're now in a time where the value of who we are based on the color of our skin seems very small and very low. But even though we're up against this enemy, we serve a God who defeats every enemy. And we serve a God who transcends every systemic racism, every system that is trying to work against us. We serve a God who can cause us to transcend the system and disrupt the system. So even though we have systems against us, and the world may be against us, the God we serve is greater. We can't lose sight of that, even though we're in a battle, because the fight is fixed. So it's just a matter of holding fast to your faith, waking up, being a determination to be a better example, and then being strategic, because this is a time where people are being emotional, and that's not to say you won't get upset, because you will. But after the emotions come down, there has to be a strategy, and that's where we need God. If we're going to see real change, we need some strategy, and it's not going to just happen by osmosis.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I think I posted the scripture that said, "If God be for us, who can be against
Will
us?"
be against us.
And
Yeah.
we've been saying that for 2 years now, that the Lord is with us on every turn, that the Lord is with us, and that we are
Mhm.
walking in manifested transformation. And that's still true. Pandemic aside, civil unrest aside, whatever we're facing, what God said is still going to come to pass. And it's up to us to choose every day to choose faith and not what we see going on around us.
Mhm.
And that's because it doesn't matter what the situation is, it's always going to be the answer is God. The answer is, turning in prayer and seeking God, that's always going to be the answer. And,
Right.
you have to make some changes and work on some things.
Mhm.
But the answer is still always going to be God. Sean?
Um, about the podcast, I'll speak more about what people can expect to hear from us, because I think Vanity, excuse me, sorry, Vanity explained it very well. But what I will say is, what they can expect from us is transparency. So we don't hide who we are. We are who we are, whether we are at work, whether we're on the podcast, whether we're at church, whether we're in the grocery store. You can expect what you hear is who we are, and we're unapologetic about that. I think there's many people who have to hide and shame about who they are because they're not consistent within their lives. And the Bible says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And with us, you don't have to worry about us being double-minded. You're going to get who we are unapologetically. But that does not mean that we are in your face or that we are that we come to offend anyone. But we try to help people live in their truth. And what that looks like is being confident about who you are, being confident about being a Christian. I think many people think that being a Christian means wearing these long, thick skirts all the way down to your ankles, no makeup, and a doily on your head. And if that's you, that is no problem. That is the conviction that God has given you. But we recognize that our purpose is very different. We recognize that our purpose is wearing the lipstick, unashamed about our coffee, but still being able to represent Jesus. Still
Right.
being able to be on Instagram and Facebook, and being able to understand what the kids of these days are talking about, things being lit or what have you. Like, you can be all of that, but you can also be saved. Like, you can rock the blonde hair and the shaved heads on the sides, and you still love Christ. And so that's what we come to do. Let everyone know that Christianity is not what they think that it is. Like, you can still be cool, you can still be up to date about what's going on in the world, but still profess Christ. And so that's what people can expect from us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I'm in agreement with that, to the point of you can still do certain things and all of that, but you still have to know who you are in Christ. And if you are in Christ, then it will not allow you to do certain things. And it will keep you, into a place where you need.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Cookie, how are you dealing with through these times now, and even in your business? You're now moved to author.
Yeah.
So, tell us about your authorship and how your
Yes.
you are part of this anthology.
Anthology. Yes.
Louis, and we have our Cookie on the back. Let me see if I can find. I have my glasses on. Where are you?
I think
The first
too.
one.
Yeah.
The first one. Yeah, she's a part of this great anthology, from brokenness to wholeness.
Yes.
And you have one. What is it? Coffee Conversations.
Yep.
I believe.
Mom's Coffee and Conversation is the second anthology. Yeah, but
How was that experience?
that's a really good. Writing in the books really has been a good experience for me. And the first one was actually therapy for me. Because my subject on my chapter was "He denied me," which is my father had denied me. He waits till I get uh, 20 plus to say that I wasn't his child, which is a lie. But through the years, I had to learn. I had to learn to forgive and not hold any grudges, because to me, how I felt, if I was to keep holding a grudge because the things that he said, which it did hurt my feelings, but the things that he said, the more I would hold a grudge and not forgive, I think it would age me inside. Like just burn a hole in my heart. I didn't want that. And actually today we have a beautiful relationship. He lives in Indianapolis, and I go visit him. We talk on the phone just about every week. But for the most part, in that chapter, in that book, it was really good therapy, for me, And then the
Yeah.
second book, Mom's Talking Conversation, is like it's a question book of different things that you ask. How did you feel when you first became a mom? It was scary. I was young. I was 18. But everything that I do, everything that I write about, everything I talk about, first and foremost, I always give God the praise first. I don't step off my bed without, thanking God for breathing in my body, touching me, stuff like that. And folks had asked me, am I worried about my business not being opening or prospering because of COVID? And I said, no, I'm not worried, because I still, advertise, and people do call. They, come into the store, or they do the curbside pickup. People order on the website, which I'm thankful and very happy. But everything that I do, I give God the praise. You know, I'm not phony. I'm as real as they come. And as you said before, you know, I like to dance, but I also do praise dance in church. So I'm not just doing dancing in my boutique for a commercial. If you call me to sing for the Lord, I'm coming to sing. You call me to dance for the Lord, I'm coming to dance. Ask God to give me the word, He will give me a word. You know. So outside of everything else, you know, I love God and I love what He has blessed me with and the blessings that's to come because I know he's not done with us yet. Not yet.
He's not done with us yet. That's awesome. That God always does all things well, and so for
Yeah.
him even you into the place of doing the authorship, it actually was something that would help you through this time as well.
Mhm.
And so we still have the party going. So thank you for those words, ladies. Listen, um, I've got, I don't know what's happening right here. I've got somebody popping in and out. So we we'll move on in a second. But and this show is going longer than we planned. We had a great time. And if anybody needs to leave, just know that you're leaving at the wrong time. It's about to get on and popping right about now. So I'm going to ask Cookie to help me introduce this gentleman that has just popped in.
Oh, okay. Well, hello, Doctor, Professor, Pastor, Reverend Richard Hartley.
Can y'all hear me?
You're on the screen.
I can't hear nobody.
You can't hear us?
You can't hear us?
I
We
see
can
you
hear
beautiful
you.
ladies, but I can't hear anybody.
We hear you.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday, lovely. You're 21 years old. You look like you're 16. Hi, lady. I've known this lady for
All
she
her
used to
life.
babysit me.
Oh, that's not true. The
No.
Reverend is not telling the truth.
Right.
Okay, I tell the truth. She didn't baby. What? Wait, am I sideways? She used to
No.
babysit me, and she brought me to church, and then she would leave the church and left me there.
Uh,
That's what she did. She brought my family to church, and she said, "I'm leaving. I don't feel like being coach anymore."
uh,
That is so not true.
No, but seriously, we grew up together, Church of God in Christ, and singing in New York, all over the place, with everybody. Her mother was Rosemary Finley. She was our music teacher. She really was, and Gwen Finley and the Finley family helped build this church. Am I sideways?
yes.
Can y'all
No.
see this part of the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to move on.
You gotta move over a little bit.
I don't have my what? I don't have my staff here. You know, I usually have a staff because I'm only doing this for Gwen. Usually I have hair
Right.
and makeup,
Going from south.
the whole thing. I don't know how to do this, but I'm at a party for my adjutant. What happened? Oh, my adjutant turned 50 today, so we had a rooftop party in New York, and I come over here so the people can see you. See, these people so rebellious. They don't know Jesus. Say hello to Gwen. Hey, Gwen.
Happy
What's that
birthday!
in your cup? Put
Happy
your cup down.
birthday!
Praise the Lord. Put your cup down.
Infamous
No.
Mickey.
Uh-uh.
He is the infamous Mickey. And it's
Gwen.
his birthday today,
So
50
I
years
just want
old.
to say I love you. You know I love you to death. You know, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. I almost came down there last week. Would you stop talking out loud? I don't want these people to think we drinking. You can't take the same thing over there.
Oh,
We have a
Lord.
rooftop party in Jesus' name. You want a refill?
Anything is possible here at MsG's.
Oh my goodness.
It's the Gwen. It's the deacons. You know how this church God gave me is. It's not me, ladies. It's the people. It's not the pastor. It's the people. Because the people don't have a mind to work. But I want to say happy birthday. Keep on doing what you're doing. You know I love you, right? All right. And so let me know when you can open up your church. I come down and do the ordination service. I see it. I feel like prophesying.
Wrong
I see
spirit.
you on the internet. I see you.
Wrong.
I see you doing the internet show. No. I'm only acting tonight.
All
Okay,
my
ladies, good to see you, but I gotta go. What?
I have members for 1 week.
I see something that's coming to me in the spirit. I see something about a lounge. God is speaking.
That you might see a lounge.
It's good to see you. Enjoy yourself. I'll talk to you soon, okay? I gotta bye.
Thank you.
Nice seeing you, girls.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
he is-
Larry.
listen, this is him all day, all night. Whenever you're with him, now he is one of the ultimate choir directors. He is he has directed the Tokyo Mass Choir for years. If you Google them, you will see him directing the Tokyo Mass Choir, and I mean they are awesome. He's had them in New York at his church quite a few times. They've been on, and he is such an awesome guy. And those wonderful flowers that I posted the other day, the roses, that's my brother. And he gave me roses. I did not babysit him. He's only 1 year younger than me.
I was like, no, she didn't.
No. But we hung out together all the time. I mean, we were literally, we grew up in the project. I probably don't want to tell everybody that. But anyway, we did. And he lived in 6A, 6B, I think that's what it was. And so we grew up from the very beginning, and we are still friends today. Along with Dr. Kim, that was on a few minutes ago, he is usually the musical director for the Women of Divine Destinies conference, and so he coordinates all of the musical events and everything, and the creative arts events that they have during that Women of Divine Destinies annual trip or annual anniversary program conference. That's what I'm looking for. The annual conference. This year we were supposed to be going to Montego Bay, Jamaica. I am so sick of not going. There will be another time. There will be another time.
It will be.
And we don't know what God kept us from. So grateful and thankful. So listen, ladies, you guys have been so awesome. I know we've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes already. But there is one thing I wanted to ask the ladies, and I know Sean in particular, I've seen some posts that you have some things coming up. Want to tell us about it? I was so excited to see what you're doing.
Yes, absolutely. So I just released several books actually. One is a children's journal. It's called All These Feelings, and I released that journal specifically because I am a mom. Like Cookie, I had my first son at 19, not 18, and now he's much older than that. He's almost done with high school. But I have 3 children, and I saw how this pandemic kind of affected their feelings and their emotions. And I thought, what better way to have a journal where you can check in with your children, where they're able to write their feelings and emotions down, where you're able to kind of gauge where they are for the day. And it allows you to track trends to see where their emotional health is. That way, if there's something going on, then maybe you can reach out to a counselor and say, okay, this is how long my child has been experiencing this. And it gives them an opportunity to kind of draw their feelings. But then in addition to that, I feel very passionate about children being able to express themselves. And so in the very beginning of the journal, there is a feelings dictionary where we have feelings and emotions, and then we also have the definitions for them. So they're able to use something outside of happy, sad, mad, glad, angry. We want to make sure that we are raising children who are, again, not only confident, but who are self-aware and mindful. And so that's available, and I'll make sure that you get the link. But then in addition to that, I also have a bundle set that I just released. It's called Do It Differently, a memoir-style devotional of the 30 lessons learned from my husband's infidelity. And initially, it would sound like this is a men-bashing book or what have you. But I want to say that first, I got my husband's blessing before I released that book, because I think even as the head of my household, no matter the fact that it was my experience, it's both of our experiences. And so my husband, he blessed my endeavor. And with that, I shared 30 lessons that I learned from his infidelity. However, I make it known that one, that his infidelity is not the end of my story, and two, that marriages can recover from infidelity. And it's just a lot of the things that I did wrong and he did wrong. So people think just because one person has done something in a marriage, that it means that the other person gets off scot-free. No, it gives you a chance to be introspective and to really consider what you've done. How you could have responded differently, and how you can make things go better in the future. And so it's a book, it's a journal, and then I also have a coloring book, because again, I have children. I still love to color when I can. I still love to paint when I can. And it's a stress release for me. And so I know other women will find it helpful to them. And so again, it's a memoir and a devotional. I'll make sure that you get all that information. But that's just a piece of what I'm doing right now. Vanity and I are also writing together. So there's things that will come out from Lipstick Coffee Jesus. We are not just a podcast. We're not just pretty faces, though we are pretty, but we do have a word for other people. And we just want to make sure that we are helping everyone just like us, just in our own ways. Because like she said, she's different, I'm different, but together we are an unstoppable force.
Awesome. I'll tell you, you ladies are so amazing. I'm so excited. Yeah, congratulations. That's just excited for you. Excited for what you're doing. Did you have anything else you want to add, Vanity?
I just wanted to let people know that we have a three-pronged company, and the cosmetic piece is coming. Rhonda delayed us a little bit with the release, because we were actually shooting for a summer launch for our cosmetic piece, but because of the pandemic, I got pushed back a little bit. But stay tuned to the store. We are coming up with a cosmetic portion, and as you mentioned, we are writing together, and I'm actually working on an anthology with a group of girlfriends as well. So a lot of writing in the works. I can honestly say that the pandemic has been a blessing creatively for me, because it kind of forced me to tap back into some creative avenues that I had kind of let fall by the wayside, because I was trying to be a responsible adult. So I'm definitely excited for what's to come.
Awesome,
Right.
awesome, awesome. I'm looking forward to it all. I'm here, as they say, I'm here for it all. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to learn some of the stuff they're saying.
I forgot to add, I have a third book that's coming out with Charvette, our mentor.
Okay.
It's coming out. I think it's coming out in September. I want to say September or October, but the
Okay.
name of the book is called Pour. P-O-R. P-O-U-R.
Poor.
Yes, it's
Poor.
coming out. Yeah.
She did the previous one, Propel.
Yes, and
And
this
now
one is
she's
called
got
Pour.
Poor coming.
Yes, so I'm
Yeah,
in
I'm
at
looking
anthology
forward
with
to
her
it.
also. Yeah.
I have my Propel book in here.
Yes.
Everybody's
I do too. I
Uh-huh.
have mine also.
Yep.
anybody's book yet, though. I'm not reading anybody's book yet because I'm writing my own. And I wanted to make sure that my mind was, not clouded with other people's words. And might sound crazy, but I have all of these books that I have to read once I finish my book. I
Right.
bought so many people's books, and I'm just excited. I'm moving on with that. They are working on my cover now, and it's getting exciting. So y'all just pray for me. It's coming. It's coming.
Coming.
I
Yep.
Coming.
yeah. Listen, I found some papers where I had started writing this book. And when you read the book, you would understand why the book actually is what it is. But I started writing the book in 2015. I wrote down probably the name and everything, but 2016, I actually started writing the book, got the table of contents, and then just put it down. And so this year I said, this has to be the year. This has to be the year. And I just decided one day that I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Thank you so much, Rashawn. It's coming. It's coming. I plan to have it
Good.
in your hands very, very quickly. So I am excited again. Ladies have been wonderful. Does anyone have any other questions? Any thoughts that you want to share just to encourage our viewers? We have so many wonderful viewers who have been with us. They stay with us. And for those of you who will watch the replay,
Mhm.
I'm sure that you had a lot of fun like we did, in these conversations and with our guests, our special pop-up guests.
Yes.
And so, any questions for me or for each other? Are we good now? We're going to move on.
Yeah. Very good.
Well, I do want to wish you a happy birthday. I think that is so important for people. First, the fact that you shared it, because anyone else and many other people would have just hung up their hats and just would have laid down and would have accepted it. So it's just a testament that you are a survivor and that you are an overcomer. And I hope that does encourage your viewers, that you just not only talk about what you do, but you also live it out. And so I think that is so wonderful for people to see. And, if for those out there who are going through anything right now, this pandemic, your situation, things don't have to be the way that it seems. You
Right.
can overcome those things, just like Gwen has shown you. It's possible. And then you can still come out celebrating and then looking, as Pastor said, 16. So keep on trucking, hang in there. One of my little phrases that I absolutely love from Dory on Finding Nemo is just keep swimming.
Yeah.
So just keep swimming.
All right,
And I just wanted to say happy birthday. You learn real quick that every moment you can celebrate, you celebrate, and you give people their roses, their flowers, their accolades while they're still here. You don't take any moments for granted. And the fact that you're still here, you're still shining, skin still glowing, still you don't look like you just were in the hospital 2 weeks ago. I don't think anybody would
I want to
you
keep
wouldn't
that one.
in that. But that's a testament that you can go through and come out and look like you look and still have a reason to celebrate after everything that's gone on. It should be encouragement for everyone else because it was an encouragement for me just to see the way that you were able to bounce. And I know for me that it's because of the other God that's on your life. So if anyone is going through anything, it's just a matter of just keep God in your life and you can you can look better than what you look like before. So, happy birthday
Thank
to see the
you.
Lord to give
Thank
you
you.
another year of life.
Yeah.
Looking forward to this for the rest of this year.
Amen. Thank you. So I didn't. A lot of people still don't know, but as I said, I ended up in the hospital on. I celebrated my birthday. I went out of town to for on Thursday and Friday. I came back Saturday. My family came over, and we celebrated a little bit here, social distancing, and we had a nice little time. It was just a few people. And then Sunday, my sister was here with me. I went out to church. I came back, and she and I just went for a ride and came back home. And she was that no, that was Saturday night. Sunday, she was here with me. She made me some breakfast, and then she left after a little while. And I started feeling so sick, and but I went on to sleep. And when I woke up around midnight, and I felt so sick.
Mm.
And I tried to do what I could. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, just things just started happening. I'm not even going to go into details. Things started happening, and I knew that I needed to get to the hospital. I wasn't calling an ambulance, but I drove myself to the hospital. People are always looking at me. I just keep driving myself to the hospital.
You
I
like
drove
five.
myself to the hospital. Huh?
I said you like to drive.
I like to drive. So in 2011, I drove myself to the hospital. I actually had a heart attack, but and I am a nurse, by the way. So I do know better, but I knew that I was not in that type of situation this time.
Right.
But I was feeling so sick, and I'm telling this because I really want to get to the funny part of this. The funny part of it is what I've learned about some of our people is if you tell them about anything going on, right now we're in this pandemic and coronavirus is running rampant, and everybody I think that was at my house was in panic because they were saying to themselves, wait a minute, we was just at your house.
Oh,
So that's the only reason to tell y'all this story, because I thought that was hilarious. They were all inboxing me and texting me and like, but wait, we were just at your house, and I know they were all thinking, I hope she don't have no coronavirus. So for everyone, I did not have coronavirus. I did not have any of those coronavirus symptoms or anything like that. But thank God that the situation that I did have, it was something that is fixable, and I'm grateful that it that I did make it out of the hospital without encountering, because I did not want to go to the hospital for anything or any doctor's offices just because of coronavirus. So, I'm grateful that I made it in. When I got to the emergency room, I was praying, Lord, please don't let this emergency room be full. And not a soul was in the emergency room. I didn't even have to sit down straight. They took me straight to the back. And I had, they gave me the presidential suite in the back because they didn't have a room upstairs. So they gave me this big room where I had my own bathroom and everything. So I didn't have to go and share a bathroom with everybody in the emergency room. So God is good. He does all things well. And I was able to come out, and they were laughing probably at me because I went in, I had on an N95 and another mask over it. I wasn't playing with Corona. I wasn't playing with it. So I'm glad that I had this opportunity to be here on tonight and to celebrate, because it could have gone another way. And God is always, we always owe him the praise for everything he's done for us. So I want to say thank you again. Listen, ladies, you all are just so amazing. I'm so glad to be in the sisterhood with you. Hey, and we will hopefully, I don't know if you guys are coming in November, but if you're there in November, I will see you there. I will be there. And I got my VIP this time. So VIP list. I'm so excited. And you guys keep up everything that you're doing. God is so, I'm sure he is pleased with what you're doing, because you're not just doing it, but you're also giving glory to him for everything that he's done for you. And so thank you so much for joining me on today. And I look forward to spending more time with all of you ladies once again. It's been an hour and a half, and we got to go. Everybody, Rashad said, keep swimming, ladies. All right. Thank you so much to all of our viewers. Thank you to those who are catching the replay. Thank you to my guests who popped in. Thank you to everyone who sent love and all of that. I appreciate it. And you all have a wonderful day. Wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, the blessing of the Lord, and he adds no sorrow with it.
Amen.